Hi guys, it's Bryony, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my first month doing no buy. So if you watched my New Year's Day video, New Year's, New Things, you would have seen me talking briefly about the fact that one of my New Year's resolutions was to do 3 months of no buy. Now, everyone defines no buy slightly differently, so in this video I'm going to talk about the details of that. Do I pay for food and stuff, or do I not pay for anything, etc, etc, and also talk about my experience during the first month of doing this. So today is the 1st of February when I'm doing this, and it's been exactly a month since I started. I started on the 1st of January. So I wanted to talk a bit about how it's gone, how I felt doing it, and how easy or difficult it's been. But before I get into that, I want to tell you the reasons why I decided to do a no buy 3 months. This was originally inspired by seeing somebody on Facebook posting about the fact that they were entering into a no-buy year. And I'd also watched a TED talk by someone who did a no-buy year as well. And I thought, wow, that's a real commitment, and that's extraordinary that they've managed to do that. And I thought I was pulled towards it, and I thought it was a really great thing, but I didn't think I could commit to a year. I thought doing that would actually set me up to fail, because if I got into like 1 or 2 months into it and then I started struggling, I would just give up on the whole thing. But I thought if I commit to 3 months, that seems like a really doable time scale. And then if I'm still going strong at 3 months, I can extend it to 6 months, etc, etc. So it seemed like a good way to make it a doable bite-sized chunk to begin with, was 3 months, and see how I did with that. So my personal reasons for going into trying this no buy 3 months was partly from a financial standpoint of, can I save any money? But also B, from an environmental standpoint. I have recently become more aware of the minimalistic lifestyle. I've been trying to cut down on several things that I've been using. I've recently cleared out a lot of my clothes, and I'm still going through my house. I've decluttered my bathroom. It looks like an entirely different world in there now compared to what it did look like, and it's much nicer. And I'm liking the more sort of clean lines of everything, just having less stuff around. It's actually made me feel a lot better. So that's one of the reasons I also wanted to go into this, was to encourage me to buy less stuff that I really didn't need. That being said, however, the things I did agree to still spend money on was groceries. So my food shopping and my household essentials, I do still pay for. I haven't gone no buy with that. Now, there are several places around the country now that have set up these food share systems, which are designed to be sort of environmentally friendly, where supermarkets and stores send their leftover food that's going to go off and can't be sold the next day, or is kind of near to its sell-by date, and they give it to these projects, which then distribute the food to people who want to collect it, want to eat it in the community. You pay about £1 or £2 just to go to these collections, and then you pick up whatever's available there. So that was an option I did consider. However, where I personally live, the food share project that we have here is actually set up to help people who are struggling financially and would really can't really afford to go to the supermarkets to buy their food, so it's designed to help them. And as I can afford to buy my own food, I didn't think it was right to go and take food from somebody that really needs it. So I did keep a food budget and a grocery budget for going to the supermarket. I do also need to drive as well, so I did have a food and a petrol budget, which in total was £100, split kind of 60-40, £40 a month for petrol, £60 a month on food, which for me works fine. I also decided that I wasn't going to scrimp back when it came to experiences. So if I was wanting to go on an outing or go visit somewhere and that required some money to be spent, then I would happily engage with that, because that was an experience and it wasn't having a negative impact on the environment by me buying endless stuff, and it was something I'd get out of it, so I decided I would still pay for that. That being said, however, I have tried to use the free experiences where I can. For example, I went into London, obviously had to pay the transport fee for that. To the museum, went to the Science Museum and the Natural History Museum with my mum a couple of weekends ago, and that was really fun as well, and of course those are free to go into. The other thing I had to consider when I was doing this no buy 3 months is what I was going to do about books, because I'm an avid reader, I enjoy reading, but most of my books are actually on the Kindle, and I decided that because I get enjoyment out of that, and because I'm not buying them physically hardback copies, which obviously creates the paper waste, and cutting down trees, it's not so environmentally friendly, I thought actually I'm going to still do this. This still helps me maintain the minimalistic life. I would let myself buy the books. I do also have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, so I kind of trade in and out things. So it's kind of like a library really. You get up to 10 books, except you just send them back when you want to switch it for another one, and you can do this. So if I have a book I really like that I put in that I use my Kindle Unlimited, I'll buy it and then I'll replace it with something else to see if I want to keep it or not. And that's been working really well for me too. And if I have wanted a hardback copy, I've also made a lot of use of the library. In fact, I went today and picked up these 2 books. So I'm looking forward to getting the chance to read through both of these, and also not add to the clutter on my bookshelf in my room, because obviously they go back and I can trade them back for another one if I want to. So things I did decide to cut back on drastically was clothing, buying of items like kitchen items and things that I didn't need, and anything that I haven't been thinking for at least 3 weeks that I need, I was not going to purchase. So how did I do this month? Well, I did buy something, but it's a bit of a grey area because I didn't actually spend any money on it myself. So I was given a gift card at Christmas for And Other Stories, which is a clothing store, which I really like. And this was before I had kind of committed to doing the no buy 3 months, and I was thinking, oh, you know, I don't want to waste this £25 gift card I've got. But I don't want to buy something unnecessary either. So I did go and have a look around the store, and I found something that actually I thought was useful and needed, which is this earmuff. Now, this is a really cute, like headband, hair warmer thing that you put on your head, and it keeps your ears warm. And you've probably noticed from a lot of my videos, if you've watched my other videos before, I often have my hair up in a ponytail or in a bun. It's one of my favourite styles, and wearing a hat with that hairstyle is not the best thing. It doesn't look very good, and it kind of messes it up a bit. So this genuinely was something I was thinking would be a good idea before I went and bought it, and it was half price too, so I still have some money on that gift card, but I deliberately didn't spend it because I didn't need 2 of them. I just bought this one, and I've worn it almost every single day, so it's definitely had its use from it, and I'm very pleased with this buy. So I put a lot of thought into it before I bought it and thought, do I actually need this? And I thought, yes, actually I do. It's giving me enjoyment, it's something I will use, and I absolutely have. So just thinking a bit more carefully before you buy something makes a lot of difference. So I actually ended up buying something I was really happy with, rather than just getting something for the sake of it with my card. But that is the only physical item I have bought since I have been doing this no buy month, which I think is actually pretty good going for the first month, particularly because I hadn't done this before and I was just trying to be as careful as I could. The other interesting thing about doing this no buy first month is it's also made me more keen to try fixing something before I think about replacing it. For example, my fan in my bedroom has currently got a number of issues going on with it, and I literally took the whole thing apart to try and see if I'd get to the motor and clean it up and see if that would help. It didn't in the end, and I'm actually going to take it to my dad tonight to see if he could put some like lubricating oil on it to see if that's going to work. And then if that doesn't work, I will need to buy a new fan. But previously, I think before doing this no buy month, I would have literally just gone straight to the store, bought a new one and thrown the old one out rather than seeing if I could fix it. So that's one of the interesting things I've noticed about doing this, is it's given me time to think about, can I fix this, rather than just going straight to buy a new one. So that's great at creating less waste. I also, during January, went away to Gran Canaria. Now, I will put my hands up first of all and say I actually didn't pay for this trip. My parents did. They booked it and they said, would you like to come along? And I said, yes, please. And I'm very, very lucky that they did that. But while I was out there, that was by far the most difficult time to be doing the no buy month, because you're literally bombarded at the seafront with stores and things and nice looking clothes and all that. And there was even a top over there that was made with like recycled materials and had There's No Planet B on it, and it looked really cool, and it was a cool company, and I was like, I want to support this, but I'm doing no buy 3 months, I can't really, and I was really torn over whether or not to get it. And in the end I decided I don't really love it, so I'm not going to go ahead and get it, and I'm so relieved I made that decision. But having committed to the no buy 3 months, it made that decision easier, because I had a reason why I shouldn't have bought it, and I had to really think, do I need this? Do I really love it and really want it? Because there's no shame in buying things that we want if they're going to give us a lot of joy. But I realised it wasn't going to give me a lot of joy, so I didn't buy it, and I'm really happy with that. But that was definitely the hardest time out there. But in the end, I only ended up spending money on food and things like ice cream and stuff, so that was well worth it for me. So far, 1 month in, it's going pretty good. I have bought one thing, but like I said, it's something I've been using a lot, but getting a lot of use out of, so I'm not disappointed that I bought it. I am possibly going to need to replace this fan if I can't fix it today, and the only other thing I am going to need to replace is a pair of trainers which I literally wear almost every single day, and they finally, on the trip back from Gran Canaria, they literally ripped open all down the side, and I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to need to get another pair of shoes for this, because I have no other shoes that are as comfortable as that and which will replace that particular shoe. So there I have a need for something, and I've got such a lot of enjoyment over thinking about buying something to replace them now, thinking it's new, because I actually need it, and it's not just for the sake of shopping. It's really interesting to see like how much more exciting it is to buy things when you're like, you've made a committed decision that you actually need it and you're going to use it. So that's really fun to kind of be experiencing now, and it's something interesting about doing this no buy project. I have definitely saved a lot of money as well through doing this, and I haven't added up exactly how much, but definitely there's more in the pot than I would have had beforehand, which has been really great in terms of saving, particularly because I'm not fostering at the moment. I'm on a little break, so I haven't got that income coming in, and doing the no by 3 months has made it a little more complicated with fostering, because you might get children that arrive who have absolutely nothing and you need to buy them stuff. So I was going to kind of exclude that from the no by 3 months, which is why I haven't mentioned it earlier on. But for myself and just in general, it's been going really well and I've been really enjoying it, and I'm definitely going to continue on, and fingers crossed the next 2 months go as smoothly as the first. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, do head on over to my Instagram and Facebook pages. Links are down below and at the end of the video, where you can go and comment under a picture. As you can see, there's no comments on YouTube, they've turned the comments off. But you can go and comment on one of those if you want to, and also my Twitter feed too if you want to, and let me know any questions or any comments you've got about this. Have you done a no buy year or a no buy few months? Let me know, and let me know if you're interested. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Do please subscribe. Don't forget you can get cough pads and menstrual cups from my website Precious Stars. Link is down below if you want to have a more eco-friendly period. You don't want to constantly buy tampons and pads every month, then that's something you can check out because they're eco-friendly. And I will see you next week. Bye everyone.